In this video, we're going to be looking at how to find the equation of a line given any 2 points that are on that line. Okay, so here's our first example, and we don't have a picture to help us. We've got a coordinate point 4, 8 and 10, 11. So the first thing I would do here is to help us is to draw a diagram. We know it's going to be a straight line we're looking for here, and let's imagine that this point here is 4, 8. And 10, 11 would be across to the right and up, so it would be something like this. 10, 11 would be there. Now, we need to know the gradient of a line. That's really, really important, okay? Because we know that all straight line equations are going to look something like this. Y equals something x, we call that m, that's the gradient, plus c. Okay, and C is like a number on the end. It's a marker. It's called the y-intercept, where the line crosses the y-axis. Now, we know it looks like this. All we have to do is find 2 numbers. This number, the gradient, and this number on the end, which is where it crosses the y-axis. We'll call that M and C. So how do we find the gradient? Well, we need to work out, of course, the change in y divided by the change in x. So if we look at the 2 coordinate points, well, the lower one has a y coordinate of 8 and the one above has a y coordinate of 11. So the difference between the 2 is 3. It goes up 3. And if we look at the change in x, well, the first one goes from 4 and the second one has an x coordinate of 10. So from 4 to 10 is a distance of 6. So we can see our change in y is 3 and our change in x is 6. So our gradient is going to be 3 divided by 6, which is a half, or 0.5. So I don't know what my answer is yet for my equation, but I know we've got one of those markers. It's y equals a half x plus something, that's c. Okay, so the gradient fits in there nicely. Now, to determine the c, we need to go back and we need to use one of the coordinate points that we've been given. So we were given that this line passes through 4, 8. So that means that when x is 4, we know that y is going to be 8. So let's put those numbers in and try to use that to work out what the missing value c is. So 8 for y is equal to a half times 4. So we've put 4 in, we've put 8 in, plus c. Now that must be true. So if we work out that, we can solve this a bit like an equation to work out what c is. So 8 is going to be, well, a half times 4 is 2 plus c. So I hope from here that you can see that c must therefore be equal to 6. So the equation of our line, the answer to this question is y equals a half x plus 6. And we have finished. Okay, let's look at another one. Now this time we've got a picture, so this one's a little bit of an easier example to find. So let's get on with it. Well, we've got a little diagram to help us too. The change in y between these 2 points, you can see, is 2. And the change in x between these 2 points is 4. And you can do that by counting in this case, but you can also do it by recognizing the difference between these values. 6 and 4 gives a difference of 2, and 6 and 2 has a difference of 4. So that's where these numbers are coming from. So the change in y divided by the change in x is 2 divided by 4. Again, we've got a half, or 0.5. So we've got the equation y equals a half x plus c. And then we're going to input in one of these coordinate points. It doesn't matter which one we'll use. So we'll use the one with the easier numbers, 2 and 4. So when y is 4, x is 2. So this must be true. We can use this fact to determine c. So 4 is equal to, well, a half times 2, which is 1, plus c. So we can see from here that c must be 3 for this to be true. So putting that back into the equation, our final answer is y equals a half x plus 3. That's how we do this exercise. Good luck. Off you go.